If you start back in kind of like the 1950s, we had this model of division of responsibility where husbands worked and then you had a full-time person, a wife, doing home production in the household. And now gender roles have converged in the workplace where women are kind of playing the same roles as men in corporate America, but they haven't converged at home. We haven't seen men's time use change at home. So that leaves women kind of doing double duty. I call it winning the bread and baking it too. And that means that in some cases, harder for them to kind of, as they say, lean in to these very high investment careers where it's not just about working 40 hours a week. It's about, working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and meeting client demands and working with the team and getting ready to launch products and, all sorts of things like that. So those sort of high demand intensive careers, it's harder for women to kind of meet those demands, especially during this period of life that I call the squeeze, which is when you're making career investments and you have young kids at home that haven't started school yet. And because your career investments haven't paid off yet, you can't throw money at the problem the same way you might be able to kind of later in your career. And then you introduce this additional twist, which is that the way we parent today is completely different than it was 30 years ago. There was not all of the baby wearing and talking to your toddler and playing with them on the floor and putting your pre-K kid in, a million activities that are going to baby Einstein them, right? And, helping your kids with homework on the kitchen table and then driving to travel soccer on the weekends. That method of intensive parenting is new and introduces a new use of time that is putting the squeeze on working parents. And so I think firms that can solve this problem are going to have a real competitive edge, because if they can find a way to get women through that period of the squeeze, then you get to keep her forever. Then you get to keep the best talent forever.